Hello everyone, my name is Praveen. In this video, we will be looking about the second part of licensing and registration in Food Safety Standards Regulations of 2011, which comes under the topic of food safety ecosystem for our food safety officer exam. And before going to the subject, I would request everyone to take a look at the previous video which I had made on licensing and registration, because this video is a continuation of that one. So if you take a look at that, you could get a better understanding of this video. So I request everyone to take a look at that. I will be giving the links in the comment section and above in the cards also. So now let's go into the subject. In this video, totally we will be looking about the regulations. What are the regulations and what are the functions of them? I mean, what they deal with. First, validity or renewal of license. This validity of or renewal of license, it is given in the regulation of 2.1.7. Yeah, that's why I have given it here. And the regulation 2.1.7 deals with the validity or renewal of license. Okay, usually the license granted under the regulation of 2.1.7 is valid for a period of 1 to 5 years. This is the usual thing for any food business operator. In the same time, the food business operator can also he also has a say. If he wants to get a license for a period of 2 or 3 years, he could go for that. But the usual time is period is from 1 to 5 years. Okay, for getting the license, the food business operator have represented it as FBO. Okay, so please hereafter I will be telling this food business operator as FBO, so please kindly make attention to it. The FBOs need to pay the fees and comply with the requirements of the license. The FBOs, and they need to pay the fees, whatever is for the registration or the license, and they need to comply with the requirements. The requirement means the standard hygienic procedures, or what are the food safety procedures. Actually, these food safety procedures, it will be covered under a separate section called Schedule 4 requirements. I will make a separate video on that. In this topic, please remember that the FPOs need to pay the fees and they need to comply with the requirements of license as per the regulation of 2.1.7. I need to stress that it comes under the regulation of 2.1.7. The renewal of license for any FBO, it has to be made through the Form A or Form B. The simple thing is that they need to use the Form A or Form B in Schedule 2 for the renewal of their license. Next thing is the registration of license will be in force till the orders are passed on the renewal application which has been filed. I would like to say it in a simple way, for example, a food business operator is there, he has filed for a renewal of his license, and at the same time his license is going to expire today, that is the 12th of December. If his license is going to expire today, in that case, if he has filed for a renewal, his license will be in force for the next 1 month, that is till the date of January 12th, his license will be in force, even if it is expiring today. But at the same time he has applied for a renewal application, his license will be in force for the next 1 month. At the same time, he also need to ensure that his renewal process will be completed in the next 30 days. I mean, his renewal process will be completed by January 12th. That is a 30 days period in which his license will be in force even after expiry. Validity or renewal of license and registration. Yeah, this is what I already told in the first slide itself. The validity or renewal of license and registration is given in the regulation of 2.1.7. You could better look or give more importance to the words that I have marked with red color, because those things are just simply enough for going with our MCQs, because I have marked the most important points with red color. Next point is commencement of business is given regulation 2.1.6. Commencement of business means some food for any FBOs are there and they need to start a business. So what are the procedures? What are the procedures involved in it, and what are the conditions? It is given in the regulation of 2.1.6. Simple thing I need to say is commencement of business is covered under the section of regulation 2.1.6. An applicant may start his business if license is not issued within 60 days from the date of submitting completed application. The subject matter here is that an FPO is there, he has filed for an application to start a business, that is food business, but there is no response from authorities. Even after 60 days, he could go for starting his business. There is a thing, but there are certain conditions also. I will tell it in the coming slides. Procedure for license in certain local areas is given in the regulation of 2.1.5. This regulation 2.1.5, that is license in certain local areas, I have explained in brief in my previous video of part 1 of licensing and registration. Please kindly take a look at that. Here I need to tell that this licensing in certain local areas is covered under the regulation of 2.1.5. Actually, the subject matter is here is that in local areas means if FPO is there and he is having a business, 2 or 3 business in a perimeter of 2 or 3 kilometers, so how he could get a license. So those things are covered in license in certain local areas. Here I would like to say that the regulation 2.1.5 covers license in certain local areas. Next is an applicant may start his business if the this thing is commencement of business. This thing, I mean the second point, it deals with the commencement of business. An applicant may start his business if the applicant has not received any intimation of inadequacy under sub-regulation 2.1.4 of 2. The thing is that as I had already told that the applicant can start his business if he did not get any response from the authorities even after 60 days of filing his application. Here the condition is that he can start his business, but the thing is that he can start his business if he has not received any intimation of inadequacy. Inadequacy in the sense there are some shortcomings in his business. While he is starting his business, the registration licensing authorities feel that there is some shortcomings, and if he is not informed about that, if he has not received any intimation about inadequacy under sub-regulation 2.1.4 of 2, then he could go for starting his business. Here we need to note the point that the inadequacy is given under the sub-regulation of 2.1.4 of 2. Here, next point is if the applicant, another condition, this is another condition, if the applicant has not received inspection reports indicating defects, either he should get intimation about the inadequacy, otherwise he should get an inspection report indicating defects in his business, that is from the licensing authority under the regulation of 2.1.4 in subsection 4. Kindly note these two sub-regulations under which an applicant needs to get intimated from the licensing authority. Okay, defects it is given in the regulation of 2.1.4 and 4, and inadequacy is given in the sub-regulation of 2.1.4 of 2. Regulation 2.1.1 and 2.1.3 deals with the process of fresh registration and license for the FPOs. Okay, some new applicant is there. He want to start a food business. So what are the procedures for getting a fresh registration or license that is given in the regulation of 2.1.1 and 2.1.3. Here the simple thing you need to notice that how to which regulation deals with what. Okay, which regulation deals with fresh registration or license. So in that case you need to tell both these things, regulation 2.1.1 and 2.1.3. Here I would like to tell one thing that if you had seen that previous exam patterns of Central Food Safety Officer or Technical Officer conducted by FSSI, they might have asked questions like which schedule deals with what. I mean which regulation deals with what. Actually they need to get the answer that they need to check that whether the students or the candidates are aware of this one, aware of the functions of the regulation. So they might be asking section 14, I mean schedule 14 deals with what, or regulation 2.1.1 deals with what. That's why I have made a video on this one simple regulation. Simply I made a video on regulation. What this video. Next is suspension or cancellation of licenses covered in the regulation of 2.1.8. okay, in case some licensing authority is cancelling the license of a food business operator, that is covered under the regulation of 2.1.8. The licensing authority can suspend the registration or license of any FPO, any food business operator, as per the provision given in section 32. The section 32 gives the conditions. What are the provisions for which in which a licensing authority can suspend the registration? I mean they can put off for a particular period of time. That is covered under the section of 32. Then coming to the next point, an inspection of FPO's premises needs to be ordered within 14 days from the date of order of suspension. So if we say that some FPO's license is suspended on some accounts, so immediately within the next 14 days they need to go for an inspection in his premises, and they need to give an explanation in writing or record what is the reason for the suspension and what are the process to revoke the license. Okay, that is what I have told here. An inspection of FPO's premises need to be ordered. Food business operator inspection, they need to come for, I mean the licensing authorities need to come for an inspection within 14 days from the order of suspension. Please note the time period, within 14 days from the order of suspension. If the FPO had failed to rectify the defects, even after this comes to FPO side, that is food business operator side. If the FPO had failed to rectify the defects means the licensing authorities had suspended the license, and after that they had come for an inspection of the plant, I mean the premises, and they had given a report also. Even after that, if the FPO had failed to rectify the defects, if he is not correcting the mistakes, what the licensing authorities had told in the report, then the licensing authorities, they have the right to cancel the license of FPO. They can cancel the license in case the FPO is not ready to comply with the defects, not ready to rectify the defects. In that case, they can cancel the license of the food business operator. The provision for cancellation of license is given under section 32(3) of Act. In the last slide, I have told about the section which deals with the suspension of the license. Here I am telling about the provision for cancellation of license. Okay, cancellation of license is given in section 32 sub 3 of the Act. Regulation 2.1.15 states that the state or union territory has the power to constitute an advisory committee to assist or advise on matters of food safety. Here, the regulation of 2.1.15, it gives powers to the states or the union territory. I mean the government of states or the union territory, they have the power to constitute an advisory committee to assist the government on the matters of food safety. In state, those people, I mean those food safety officers or licensing officers, they could assist the government on matters of food safety. Simple thing here you need to notice that this regulation of 2.1.15 deals with the formation of a committee to advise on matters of food safety. That is, the states or UT have the power. Next is sub-regulation 1.2.1 of 2 states that the designated officer in charge of the food safety administration of each district. Okay, the sub-regulation 1.2.1 up to states that the designated officer DO is in charge of the food safety administration of each district. Here you need to know that this designated officer, he has a jurisdiction of the whole district. Okay, the whole district's food safety comes under this person, is designated officer. That is covered under the sub-regulation of 1.2.1 of subsection 2. Here you need to note three things: the sub-regulation and this designated officer, and he is in charge of the whole district. These three things. Regulation 2.1.13 deals with the return to be filed by FBOs. I had told this in brief in my previous video also. That is, the return that need to be filed by the food business operator is covered under the regulation of 2.1.13. The return means, in the sense, if they are doing some business, they need to file the return by the end of May 31st. I have told it in my previous video. Kindly please take a look at that. The regulation of 2.1.14 states that the FBOs are bound by the direction of the Act. Act means FSS, Food Safety Standards Act of 2006. What it states that the regulation of 2.1.14 states that the food business operators are bound by direction of the Act. I mean, they need to comply. I mean, they are bound by the direction of the Act. Whatever the Act says, they need to follow that. To run a business, they need to simply follow the Act. If FBOs don't follow the regulations, then legal action can be taken against them as per the Act. Okay, the Act states this also. This thing also, the Act says that if the food business operators are not ready to follow the rules, I mean, the rules are the Food Safety Standards Act, so legal action can be taken against them. Regulation of 2.1.12 deals with the appeal that the food business operator may prefer to do against a licensing authority. The subject here is that, the subject of this whole point is that if the food business operator is there, okay, so his business got suspended or cancelled due to some reasons, and if he feels that what the licensing authority did was not correct, okay, so in case he needs to go for an appeal against them, so this food business operator can go for appeal against the licensing authority under the regulation of 2.1.12. Okay, this regulation 2.1.12 deals that, okay, the food business deals that the food business operator can go for appeal against the licensing authority. Okay, now we need to think to whom he could file the complaint. He could file the complaint to the designated officer or the food safety officer as per the provisions under sections of 31(8) and 32(4) to 5 of the Act. The provisions are given under these sections. Please note, section 31 of 8, 32(4) to 5. The provisions have been given to go for an appeal against the licensing authority or the registration authority to the designated officer or the food safety officer. simple terms, the food business operator can appeal against the licensing authority, which is given in the regulation of 2.1.2, which is covered under the provisions of section 31.8 and 32.4 to 5 of the Act. Next is regulation 2.1.10, it deals with the mode of payment. This thing is that while filing, while submitting an application for a license, they need to pay the fees, right? So this 2.1.10 deals with the mode of payment, whether online or DDR. Simple thing. Next is regulation 2.1.11 deals with the transfer of registration certificate or license in case of death of license holder. Suppose a father is there, he is a license holder. Okay, due to some reasons he is no more, he has passed away. So in that case, the license could be passed on to his family or some legal members. I have spoken about this in my previous video also. Here just remember that regulation 2.1.11 deals with the transfer of certificate, registration certificate or license to his family or other legal members. Regulation 2.1.9 deals with the modification or expansion or changes in premises after grant of license. Okay, suppose some FPO is there, food business operator, he got a license. Okay, after getting a license, he feels that he need to expand his business or he needs to make some changes to his business. So in that case, so he needs to inform the food licensing authority of his plan. Of his plan to what? Of his plan to change the process or product or whatever expansion, whatever he needs to make, he need to keep the licensing authority up to date about whatever he is doing within his premises after getting the license. So those procedures are given in the regulation of 2.1.9. Whatever he is doing modification or expansion or changes in premises after he is getting a license. So what is the procedure for telling the authorities about his the changes in his company or expansion in his company, that is given in the regulation of 2.1.9. In this video I had covered this much. I think almost all parts of this regulations are covered here. So if you have any comments, please comment. Thanks for watching.